Proxy Integration, separate Lambda function for each endpoint. Hello everyone, my name is Ankush Jain and this is the 8th video of this series. So if you have not watched the earlier videos then please do watch. I have provided all the links in the description below. So what essentially we are going to learn in this video, okay, so now just move directly to the steps and we will see how this lambda function that we are going to create in this video is different from the other lambda functions that we created in previous video. So uh, that we are going to understand in step 1. So just click on this, review the architecture, and we are here. So now you can see, uh, I have categorized this diagram into two parts. So one is the first one is second one. First one is where we had one lambda function, multiple endpoints, and how multiple endpoints we are having ASP.NET Core API as a lambda function, and since an ASP.NET Core API itself can have multiple endpoints, that's why we were able to utilize single lambda function, but allowing multiple endpoints through that single lambda function. But this is not the case with this one. Here we will have only one lambda function and one endpoint. So here is one to one mapping. Here is one to many mapping. Okay. And we are going to use .NET Core Class Library Function. So these are not basically ASP.NET Core application. These are basically a class library function. So how do you create these function normally? So okay, we will see that how we can create this. But yeah, this is the major difference and this is the endpoints. So earlier what we were doing, we were accessing these endpoints, the controller or actions, with this like ASP.NET anonymous example slash controller name weather forecast, and then action name if it is there. But here we are not using the proxy resource feature. We will be just using proxy integration. And and if a user try to access /.net slash anonymous example, then the request will come to this lambda function. Okay. So and now it is up to us how do we handle that request. So there is no controller, no action. So now let's move to the another step, second step, how it is different from ASP.NET Core API, so that we have understood. Now refer to this. So now start building. Okay, just refer to this readme file which you can find here, anonymous example. So if you go on the root on the src .NET Core APIs and select anonymous example, and this is just a one function. So this is very straightforward and very quick to create. So you just need to create a lambda project. So we'll go here. Okay, I will just create another solution folder for better segregation .NET. So those were ASP.NET. This is not ASP.NET. This is simple class library. So I will just select new project. Now you must have installed AWS toolkit for Visual Studio. Then you will select AWS. Here you get multiple options. Select AWS Lambda project .NET Core C Sharp. Okay. Then provide this function a name like .NET. Sorry, .NET anonymous example. Okay, now click create. You will be asked to select a blueprint, select empty function. This is the basic. Okay, now I'm copying this. So a project has been created. You can see this is a class library project where we have a class. There is no controller, no action, just one class, and this is the function. So originally I mean this is an actual lambda function. We were running ASP.NET Core API as a lambda function, was a different thing, but this is a realistic lambda function where we have a function. So now what we are going to do is lambda function since will be invoked by API gateway. So here the lambda function accepts input. So if it is invoked by SQS, then we will provide an a .NET DTO which would be similar to SQS event. But since we are using Amazon API gateway, so I have to use Amazon API gateway event, and for that you need to install this NuGet package, Amazon lambda.api gateway event. If you just do a search like this, so you will see there are a lot of events, Amazon lambda SQS event, Amazon lambda DynamoDB event, so a lot of other events. So lambda can be invoked from different sources, so that's why uh, different NuGet packages are available over the internet. So we are installing this. We are just closing this. We are closing this. This is installed. Now we have installed this NuGet package. Now just do little bit modification. So I will just copy entire thing and we'll paste it here. So you can see, we'll basically deleting this handler. Now we are returning the response API gateway proxy response API accepting X API gateway proxy request, and the lambda context is intact, and we are returning the response here. So this is the response. So if I again go to the architecture, which I have closed, I guess, but I open. So what happens when this lambda function return the response to API gateway? So API gateway expect that lambda should return the response in a specific format. So that's why they have created this class API gateway proxy response. So we that should have a format, a status code, body. We have to return the data in a specific format. That's why we can't just return simply string or any other object. So that's why we have to use this. Okay, so I just provided my name here. I don't know why this special characters are coming, but okay. So you just we can remove this. Okay, so we have created a handler. Now what we need to do? We need to create a lambda function, then we'll create a lambda function, we will deploy it, then we will create a route in API gateway, and then we'll test it with ThunderClient. So again, this is an example of anonymous, so we are not implementing any security here. I just wanted to show you the another flavor of lambda function apart from ASP.NET Core API. So this is another way of creating an API where you can create multiple projects and have a function handler, or you can have one more. I think that I have not done, but I think is doable. You can have one function handler two, so you can have function handler one, and once you publish this, so at the time of publishing it asks for handler. So at that moment we can just specify this is function handler one, this is function handler two. So you can either create multiple .NET projects, or you can just keep one project and create multiple function handlers within the same. Okay, so now what I will do, I will just click on, okay, before that I will go here and first I will create a lambda function. So just go here and click on create function. For the name, I will just choose this, provide this, select runtime.NET say sharp. Mm, mm, this is .NET serverless, create function. We don't need to update environment variables, so we are good. We will just see that this is created. Now we will just publish this, publish to AWS Lambda. This is how it is going to fetch .NET. We'll just select. Now here I was saying, so here lambda test, and handler test. So how I don't know how it is coming, but ideally this should be something like assembly name. So we have assembly name, then type is the class name. So we have a class. What is the name of the class? Function, I guess, function.cs. Function, and then the name of function, type method, function handler. I think this is the right one, and I will just double check from the CDK. So I will just go in src CDK stack. So just do this. Okay, so anonymous example function. Okay, so we have to type it twice because I think yeah, name space is also considered. Double. Okay, yeah, got it. So this is the assembly name, and for the type we should also include the assembly name. And oh, it is, I just need to copy this, then here dot. So basically this is the name of the class. It should have the namespace as well, and then the function handler. Okay, now what why it is not enabling this x86. Okay, this is not matching, so I guess that's why. Yeah, now I just provided. Next. These little things troubles. Okay, so we have existing role. Okay, all good. Just click on upload. hmm What happened? .NET publish. Okay, let me see first. Let me see whether it is building correctly or not. I think building succeeded. So let me try to publish this again. Okay, select the function, then just directly click upload. Sometimes that error happens intermittently. I mean, not always, but if the error persists, then we have to troubleshoot why that is happening. Okay, so yeah, now, so that was an intermittent issue, and now the Lambda function is deployed. We can see here the 7 seconds ago, so it is just recently updated. I will just go in API gateway now to create a route, and we have created these routes. So all were ASP.NET. Now I will create a route at top level, select top level, then I will just write .NET, then click on create resource, then I will select on this .NET, and then I will anonymous example. Okay, I'm not selecting proxy resource because I don't want that the you know anything which comes after this should invoke that function. So that's why I'm not selecting proxy resource. Okay, but if you want, then you can do. Now in proxy here I will select another resource. I think no, I don't need to select another resource, sorry. I will just select a method here, create method, which is lambda function. I will select any, then I will select lambda proxy integration. Here I will select the one .NET anonymous example, and I will just select create method. So I have created a method any here. Now I will just deploy this API to the stage, development stage. That's good. We are all good. And now the time to test. So we'll go here in the collection, ASP.NET Core close this. Now anonymous example. We have this API.NET anonymous example that I just recently created. No auth settings, we don't need it. Now this was the result from my previous testing. Now I will just type something wrong. We'll make this like now. Okay, so now I will send a fresh request. Oh, this fresh request failed, so let me see why it failed. Okay, so we are returning basically Ankush in India. Mhm. And make sure that the URL is coming properly. So this is this, and if I just type this URL in a new tab, it doesn't work. It doesn't. Internal server error. And if I see the URL here, anonymous example, .NET anonymous example. Sometimes typing mistakes happens. Okay, so let me troubleshoot it, and then I will get back to you. So I got the issue while troubleshooting. So the lambda function execution failed 200, could not find the specified handler assembly with this lambda test, and I think something went wrong because we updated the handler while publishing it, but that was not updated, I guess, here. So let's see what is the handler name here. So here lambda test. Okay, this is the wrong handler name here. Although we updated it there, but it was not updated. So I will copy. Wrong. Okay, it was not updated here as well. So what I will do, I will just do this, and I will do this and function, then function handler. Now it seems good. And if I try to access the net now, so you can see it is working. So that was the issue. I don't know how that was not updated, but even if we try it from here, we get the Ankush chain in India, which was expected from this. So this is how you can create an API without ASP.NET Core. So I hope you have liked this video, and if you really liked it, then please do like and subscribe my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.